5 on Your Sideline is sponsored by Side Stricker Nobi John Deere.
Welcome into 5 on Your Sideline. I'm Corey Miller, and I don't even have time for an intro. We've got so much action that I've got to get right to the hoops highlights from around St. Louis tonight. So let's get into it. We're going to start in Ladue. Rams hosting Parkway West, and this was a good one. The kick out to Jack Steinbach. He's going to sink it for Ladue. Crowd fired up. Big crowd tonight. West can shoot it too. This is Tyler King for 3. Longhorns hanging in it, but the Rams had a statement win in mind. Dwayne Foley lays it off. The nice pass as Ladue beats Parkway West 60-46. Girls turn. Pattonville at Marquette. Taylor Montgomery is going to go into the lane, and she's going to get the nice teardrop shot to fall for the Pirates. Later on, it's Zoe Newland who's going to sink one from long range from Pattonville, and the Pirates are going to go on to win this one 64-49. Howell North taking on the Vikings of Francis Howell. Owen Larrigant is going to find himself open in the corner, and he's going to sink it for the 3 for Francis Howell. Then the play of the night probably. Jude James is going to throw it up court to Larrigant, who barely saves it from going out of bounds, so Ben Tobin can finish it off. Howell finishes off their rival, North, 66-36. Now, Vashon may only be 7-7 on the season, but that's because they've been playing against the best teams in the country. They welcome national powerhouse Huntington Prep to town tonight. This is De'Air Hill Jr., the scoop and the score for Vashon. Later, it's Kennard Davis Jr. with the pull-up jumper. That's going to be good as well, and the Wolverines get an impressive win, 58-53 over Huntington Prep. Let's go over to Priory. It was Monk night against Luther North. Everybody's sporting their black to match the Monks, and the Priory Ravens going to get a flex in. I see ya. Nice inbounds play from Luther North. Bryce Spiller, he drains a 3. Later on, it is a tough take from Priory's Max Lippy. He's fired up, but it's the Crusaders who would come in and win a close one, 55-52 over Priory. Eureka Girls on the road at Zumwalt South, and here is a nice fast break, and it's going to be finished off by an even nicer spin move in the paint from Zoe Canello coming up right there. That's a great move. Wildcats can score from deep too. This is Marley Allen hitting the 3. Eureka wins 65-39. They're now 13-6 on the season. Let's go over to Cardinal Ritter. Lions hosting Lutheran St. Charles. Ritter has not lost a game since December 2nd. They're good. Cougars are tough though too. Nice pass inside to Demetrius Phillips. He finishes it off for 2. Then it's Ritter's turn. Impressive passing display. Jalen McClendon, he's going to benefit. He gets the bucket. Lions get the win on home court, 68-53 over Lutheran St. Charles. Well, it is almost February, and if your team is still undefeated, you're doing something right. At Kirkwood, I'm not sure anyone predicted this perfect start. The Pioneers are off to a 14-0 start under first-year head coach Sam Briscoe, and their biggest win came last week against rival Webster Groves. Their first win over the Statesmen in a decade. It's a win that won't be forgotten, but this team has larger goals in mind.
Man, it felt great. Just to know how big it was to the community, and I was the first to do it in a long time, it felt great.
The kids have bought in since day one. They've worked hard and done exactly what we've asked. So it's in turn turned into success.
Well, let's see how the Pioneers did last night against Oakville. We got a nice fast break coming up. Kristen Hughes finishes it off for Kirkwood. Then it's Oakville's Colby Noblet. Pump fake, that's good for 3. But here's the play of last night. Kirkwood star Javaris Moy, time winding down, he drills the buzzer-beating 3 at the half. Pioneers win 65-46 to stay undefeated. Another fun matchup from last night, the battle of the area's 2 top scorers, St. Mary's Zyrie Collins and Metro's Amari Faluke. You saw him right there. Faluke strikes first. He buries the long-distance triple. Then it's Collins' turn. He hits a nice move and a nice jumper as well. St. Mary's beats the first quarter buzzer on this lay-in from Ethan Smith. Dragons went on to win 73-58. Collins had 23. Faluke had 28. In just about 3 weeks, we'll be soaking in the daily grind of spring training news from Cardinals camp in Jupiter. But before that, it was time for the annual autograph pilgrimage downtown, better known as the winter warm-up. Here's a taste of the best we heard from some of the biggest Cardinal names this week.
It's really important for me to get to know the guys, get to know what they like to do, what
they're working on, what we need to get better at, and create that relationship that is going to lead us to have a good year.
It's been hard to swallow, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm excited for the new year. I've moved on, and I think it's really important to win and, get that bye, get that 5-game series. I think it's really important, and I think we're capable of doing that.
It's definitely tough for me, and still I'm not, all the way where I want to be yet. The routes are tough, reading the balls are tough, but I feel like all this can do is just work on it. I want to be a complete player, so obviously it means a lot to me to not just be like a power hitter.
I've watched 3 playoff losses in the last year, and I haven't pitched in any of them, and that doesn't feel good to me. It sucks watching, being there and watching, especially being in the bullpen and watching that happen. At least in 20, I can hang my hat on the fact that I had a chance to pitch that last game. But these last 2 years, sitting back and watching is just, it sucked.
I'll just tell you, this is it. This is it, all right? I'll just say it. It's it. But let me just go out and perform, I want to go out and play. I don't want to always answer that question. So there you go. It's been a good run, though. Let's finish it on a high note.
Mizzou Hoops has already beat 3 ranked teams this season. At the beginning of the year, I'd venture a number of folks would have guessed they wouldn't have any wins that impressive. Tomorrow's game is the biggest conference test yet, though, with number 4 Alabama coming to town. Although Dennis Gates' squad has overperformed expectations and gotten Mizzou Arena rocking again, the coach is still sticking to the message he's been preaching all year long, and he means it. His team hasn't played good enough yet.
You guys probably criticize me all the time, like, what is he talking about? We hadn't played well yet. I am dead serious. I am honest when I say this. I'm not just pulling anyone's leg. We have not. I have not seen my team play well yet. And I'm excited about that day when it comes.
Dennis Gates is definitely sticking to that message. That'll do it for 5 on Your Sideline tonight. I'm Corey Miller. Have a great night, St. Louis.
5 on Your Sideline was sponsored by Sideline Stricker Nobi John Deere.